Okay then guys, let's get straight into the topic of today's video. The point of this video is to try and inspire a bit of optimism and joy and positivity back into your guys' lives. I don't know about you, hopefully I am speaking to people that are actually improving their lives, want to do things, have a bit of optimism. I am very optimistic. I lost it for a while and we're going to go into a bit of jiggy biggy in this video that will hopefully inspire you. But if you look around, I don't know about you, but everyone has kind of given up. Like, I remember growing up when I was in sixth form, no, it wouldn't be 2 years ago. When did I was 18. Sixth form is college for any American viewers or international viewers. But self-improvement was kind of the thing. It was, you're young, you have this optimism, you're just turning 18, the whole world's opening up to you. And there was a real buzz. It was the same time that Andrew Tate kind of popped up on the scene. I remember back in 2022 when he was a drug dealing, lucking mafia boss. That's the image he gave off. And he was openly saying how he was a pimp. And he wasn't proud of it, but he didn't apologise for it. Here he was, a man who has done something that normal society would deem as terrible, and he's owning it. He is authentic. He's owning what he's doing, and he's inspiring people. That buzz has kind of gone. So for some reason, I think it's because young guys especially, are addicted to social media. This is a serious problem that we do need to speak about, and maybe comment down below if you want me to do a video on social media addiction, because I will do one. But that's the number one thing. But let's get back in to the main point of this video. It's a bit of optimism. Change what you think is possible. Are you a visionary? I'm a visionary, and I'm going to explain how I manage how I vision stuff in this video. But have a bit of optimism. Have a bit of joy. There's a lot of negativity. There's a lot of pessimism. And if there's one thing that I have identified as the main danger on the road to having a good male life, is getting infested and infected with negativity. The world seems a lot more optimistic in 2022, when men were actually doing things, men were kind of fighting back. It's almost like I've woken up in a world and that isn't the case anymore. That's kind of a dream. That was an illusion. But guys, you don't have to follow the traditional path that has been laid out in front of you. You go to school, you're told. Now, I was told this. Okay, what do you want to be when you're older? Okay, you have to say a job role. You can't say, I want to be rich, I want to own businesses and fly around the world, and I want to live how I want to live based on my terms and do what I want on what schedule I want. You can't say that. You're not allowed to say that. So the education system will funnel you down university primarily, which is just shocking from the teachers. They'll funnel you down university because it makes them look better. It makes the school look better. And because if the school looks better, it reflects better on the teachers that are leading the school, and they get the personal accolades. Very selfish. Not everyone is meant for university. I'd say most people are not meant for university. Yet they funnel people through university. So they force you into a degree and get you into loads of debt. Let's say you don't want to go to university. I never really wanted to, but I was in the education system. You get funneled into university. I ended up dropping out. I dropped out 3 times, by the way. A whole nother story. So what's the other option? Apprenticeships. You'll get one kind of meeting or assembly per year on apprenticeships. A half-assed event that's put on by the teachers where they hire someone else to come in and explain apprenticeships. Oh, apprenticeships changed my life. Yeah, I didn't go uni. This was the route. But you're still getting funneled into a job. No matter what route you go down, university or apprenticeships, you get funneled into the same role. So if you want a job, yeah, just take an apprenticeship. You don't need university. It's bullshit. So here I am thinking, what do I do? And this is the thing that destroys people, or destroys the male optimism or the male vision. Most guys don't want to do either of that. Most guys don't want to go to university, and they don't want a job, because at 18 years old, when you're young, you don't have a clue what you're going to do. All these older people, and they may have good intentions, but they're pressuring you. They say, okay, what do you want to be? What do you want to do? Maybe I don't want to be a job role or a job title. Maybe I'm quite happy being me, and I want to figure it out myself, and I want to do it my own way. I don't want to follow these plans laid out before me. And yeah, you will have an alright life, a normal life. But I don't want a normal life. So many guys were like me at the time. But the problem is the overwhelming influence of society. As you're going through your life like this, trying to get towards your goal and your dream life, society goes like that and tries to scrumple you in. So most guys just go to university. Most guys go to university, they finish uni after 3 years. Let's be honest, they're not working hard. Maybe they do a bit of studying when it comes to it. It's not hard work, it's not stress, it's just using your mind to fill out an exam and get a piece of paper with a grade on. It's not difficult. If I went back to university right now, I could do it in 8 months. It's not difficult. So you go to university for 3 years, you doss around for a lot of it, you get drunk, and you get these bad habits that are ingrained and further conditioning, where you're kind of trapped. You're used to going out so much, but then obviously you leave university and you get into a job role. Everyone who leaves university, they're all fighting for the same job role, so it's highly competitive. I don't think it's even the safe option anymore going down that path. So you're all competing for the same job. You finally get a job. You say, okay, I'm going to stick with this company for years upon end and climb the corporate ladder. And then eventually, when I'm in my midlife area, where the midlife crisis usually happens, what a surprise. At that point, I'll be earning maybe 6 figures. I'll be in my peak. No, you won't, because it's not guaranteed. First of all, COVID could happen. Something like that you just cannot predict. Second of all, the amount of money you earn from a job is always dictated to you by someone externally, your boss. So you're constantly sucking up to someone. I couldn't imagine that, just sucking up to someone to try and get a little bit, to get a £2,000 bonus for the year. You don't decide how much you earn. Most job roles don't actually pay 6 figures. Most people do not reach the 6-figure mark. The average wage in the UK, I think, is about 35 grand a year. So that's the average. Most people earn that. If you look at the statistics from a statistical point of view, most people are earning 2 to 3 grand a month. They earn the same as their parents or thereabouts. Nothing really changes. So I'm given a realistic point of view, but you can see how negative it is if you follow this path. The further down you go, the more deep and stuck in the trenches and shit you get. But there is another path. There is a path where you don't have to follow it. But it is required of you that you are self-accountable, that you can motivate yourself, that you have the drive and desire. When I went to Thailand, so in the UK, there's a whole load of bureaucracy, there's a whole load of laws, and these laws, most of them are just man-made shit. The TV license, that's completely just created to take more money out of you. They say it's to fund the BBC. I don't watch the BBC, I don't stream live TV, or I don't broadcast live TV. So to have a TV, you need a TV license. That's just another way to get some more money out of you. A real fuck you, that is, from the government. But, lost my train of thought. I'll get back to it. Yeah, but okay, in the UK you have loads of laws and things, and people seem to hold this idea that the law is fair and the law is just and the law has their best interests at heart. It doesn't always. I'm not one of these anarchists. I don't think that society should not have a set version of the rules that everyone buys into. But the fact is that not everyone buys into them, and the rich and the wealthy do not buy into them. But here's what I mean. In the UK, let's say you wanted to get a car, maybe you wanted to rent it for a week. there's a whole load of shit that you have to go through. It's a whole load of hassles, whole load of bureaucracy. When I was in Thailand, if I wanted to rent a car, I'd wake up one day, I'd walk into the local place that sell maybe Ford Rangers, 4x4s, slap a bit of money down on the table, be like, I want to rent this car for a week. I'll be leaving with the car on the same day. There'll be no insurance, there'll be no this, there'll be no that. You literally walk in, walk out with a car. It's simple, it's quick. There is none of this confusion. There is none of this, there's no blockages in your way to do things. But there isn't in your life anyway. There is nothing stopping you from saving a bit of money from your job, moving to Thailand for a bit, training in Thailand, living in Thailand, exploring the world, getting a mindset exposure, exposing yourself to how other people live, how the world actually operates. There's nothing stopping you from doing this. When I was younger, I always used to try things. I started a dog walking business when I was 18. I had one client. I had this woman, I remember, my mum had to pick me up from sixth form, and she had to drop me off at this client's house, this single mother, who had a chihuahua at the time, and obviously I took the dog for a walk, came back, got paid £25 for it. I was 18, I was still in sixth form, trying to start a dog walking business. There are no barriers. The only limitations are the limits you put on yourself. This is the great con. The great con is, if you don't follow the traditional path, I'll be honest, you are filled with fear and doubt, because there is no steps, there is no set way. If you ask 1,000 millionaires how they became millionaires, they'll each give you a different story, but they'll have one common thing. It was shrouded in doubt, it was shrouded in fear, but they did it anyway. But there is nothing stopping you from starting a business. There is nothing stopping you from earning your own money independently of a job. You may be working a job right now. Let's say you have 20 grand saved up, you're still at home, your life's not really going anywhere, you're just living day by day. You've got 20 grand. There's no point keeping it in the bank account, because the value of that money in the bank, it always loses money. And don't just keep a large sum in your bank account. That's the thickest, stupidest thing you can do. I know people who do that. And they like to pretend that, oh yes, I've got all this money in my account, but you're not doing anything, you're not using it. The money is using you. So let's say you watching this video, you have £20,000 saved up. Use it to move out. Go and rent somewhere in a different city and get a job somewhere else and start living independently. Start doing things. I can't believe it, but I grew up with people, and I see it online, and it's in wider society as well, we're the first generation of men that intend to stay at home because the rent's cheap. We're the first generation of men that don't want to go out into the world. We're the first generation of men that are scared of the world. I get it, sometimes the world is tough. We are raised to be little boys. I wasn't raised to be a little boy, but the world is tough, but it's softer now. It's so easy to do things. There are no barriers. You want to start creating content? Go get a camera or go get your phone and start making videos. Believe in yourself. Believe that you are capable. Believe that you can. And believe that you will. And guess what? Things happen. But the number one killer of any male life is negativity. If you're surrounded by people, friends, family, people in society, the people you work with that are just addicted to negativity, then it does rub off on you, and you have to be acutely aware of the negative influences on your life, the energy vampires, the things trying to bring you down. I remember I was working a job in a restaurant, and one of the managers, I left because I had enough of how shit it was ran. One of the managers who recently came in, she said, what are you going to do for money? What are you going to, it's none of your business what I'm going to do for money. What I do for money is my business. Why are you concerned? But She may be genuine of that concern, but I don't think so, because people really don't care about you. People only care about what you can do for them. So, like, why she was interested, I don't know. But what I am doing does not change. You know, people will try and come in and plant these seeds of doubt in your mind, like this manager tried to do. What are you going to do for money? I wasn't thinking about that at the time, but now she said it, it's trying to enter my psyche, enter my mind. Controlling your mind and blocking out all the negativity, focusing on the signal, not the noise. Cutting out the noise as best you can. You can't always cut out the noise, but focusing on the signal is the best thing you can do. Avoid negative influences. Focus on the positive. Focus on what you can achieve. Me personally, I don't want to remain in the UK. I think this country is dead for now. So I'm looking at places like Budapest. I went there earlier in the last year. I really liked it. I liked the environment. I liked the city. I liked how relaxed. The women there, sophisticated. Much better than the English women. Worth actually speaking to. I just loved it a lot more. But there's nothing stopping you from travelling to Budapest. Like, there's nothing stopping me travelling to Budapest one weekend. And I had this conversation with my dad as well. I'm giving you a lot of information here, guys. A lot of knowledge and value. I had this conversation with my dad. I was like, when I was friends with the people I grew up with, I'd always be like, come on, why don't we go to Poland for the weekend? Why do we have to go into the same shitty Wetherspoons pub? Why do we have to go into the same town centre? We do it every weekend. And we're only going to be young once. Why don't we book one weekend off work, which we can all do? So don't give me that shit, you can't do it. On the Friday, fly to Poland. Stay over the weekend, fly back. But some people don't have the energy for it. Some people don't have the lust for life that I do. Hopefully you watching this video, you have that lust for life. You have that buzz. You want to do things. I can't stand being around people that just want to remain comfortable. Are there any men left? Have a bit of balls about you. Go out into the world. Take the world by storm. Take the world by conquest and domination. Go out. It's good. It's good to actually do things. You're here for a short period of time. And my philosophy is, I want to do everything I can. If I'm here and I got one chance, as far as I'm aware, at life, I want to do everything. I don't want to restrict myself. I want to do as much as I can in this time that I have. I don't want to just sit around, work a job, have an average life. Why would you want to do that if you're here once? Why would you want to sit there monotonously and do the same boring tasks over and over, get shouted and have that's a shit life. I don't want that life. I want a life where I'm dominating and conquesting and going out to places, making things happen. That's the kind of person I am, and that's the kind of person I want on this channel. And that's the kind of person I would like to work with. And this is where I can tell you about the Reality Creator Program. I have spent time and my own personal experience, my own money as well, investing into things like the law of attraction, visualization, how to actually use these things to cultivate a positive mindset, because your mind is the one thing you need. Control your mind, control your reality. It's a 30-day coaching program, so it's over the course of 4 weeks. Session 1, we'll talk about visualization, where you want to get to, dreaming big. A lot of guys I speak to don't actually dream big enough. If your goals don't scare you, they're not goals. Because if you set goals and you think, I can achieve that, it's not a goal. You have to set things and have a vision where you think, actually, I don't know if I can achieve that. And that is a goal. But you do achieve it, because everything I wrote on my purpose plan, everything I wrote down when I set out on my journey in life happened, and it happened very quickly. When I started at the end of 2025, said, okay, I want to be in Bali. What happened? Very quickly, I was in Bali. On January 12th, I think, I was in Australia, and then I went over to Bali. It happens very quickly. If you tell the universe or tell life what you want, the universe will work behind the scenes to make it happen. But most people do not tell the universe what they want, because the advice they're given, set a 5, 10, 15-year plan. And I don't necessarily disagree with that, but most people, okay, in 5 years I want this, 10 years I want that, 15 years I want that. In 15 years, you can achieve anything. In 1 year, you can achieve a lot. It takes 3 months to build successful habits. So in 3 months, you can change your life. In 1 year, you can do a shit ton. I travelled to 5 different countries last year. In 1 year. I only thought I was going to 1. This is the optimism I want to give to you guys. Come on to the Reality Creator Program. The link is down in the description. You can't be cheap. You have to invest in your own life, in your own education. I saw a comment on a video that said, no, just give me the information for free. This information that I'm giving you in this video for free is life-changing as it is. This is the information that I used. But you wouldn't go to a restaurant and you want a pizza. You say, okay, give me the pizza for free. They might give you a taster, which are these videos. But then you have to pay for the pizza. A bit of entitlement. But yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you on the Reality Creator Program very soon. I look forward to working with you. I want to work with guys and give my optimism and positivity through the internet to you guys. So I'll see you on the Reality Creator Program very soon.